Top 10 Democracy Research Topics. Political parties in the democratic world. The party system is an indispensable part of the democratic world. Parties represent their electorate, communicate people's needs, and shape public policy. In your paper, you can discuss the significance and specific functions of political parties. What challenges and opportunities do they face in contemporary democratic systems? Representative democracy and its crisis in Europe. Here, we offer you to scrutinize the crisis facing representative democracy in Europe. Survey the declining voter turnout, increasing disillusionment with political institutions, and the rise of populist movements. What are the hardships of representative democracy? Is it possible to revitalize democratic participation and public trust in Europe? Political culture, failure of democracy in Iraq. After the removal of Saddam Hussein, democracy was expected to spread quickly through Iraq. But why did these expectations fail? Try to explore this question in your essay. Examine the factors like sectarian divisions and ethnic conflicts in the country. Analyze the specifics of Middle Eastern culture and history. How do they impact the political culture of Iraq? How does wealth inequality affect democracy in America? We suggest analyzing the impact of wealth inequality on democracy in America here. How can the concentration of wealth affect political power, policy outcomes, and representation? How does wealth imbalance hurt democratic values? Try to offer ways to diminish the effects of wealth inequality on democracy. The concept of democracy in political theory. This essay should delve into the concept of democracy in political theory. What are the diverse interpretations and perspectives of democracy? How did key thinkers like Dahl, Rousseau, and Mill define it? You could scrutinize the fundamental principles and values of democracy. Explain their implications for political practice. French Revolution as a turning point to democracy. The French Revolution that took part in the 18th century is considered a crucial event in modern history. Historians regard it as a pivotal moment in the development of democracy. How did the revolution challenge monarchy and aristocracy? How did it lay the groundwork for democratic ideals? Try to answer these questions in your paper. Pauli Murray's contribution to American democracy. Pauli Murray was an African-American civil and gender rights activist. In this essay, you can analyze her legacy and describe her contribution to American democracy. Depict Murray's advocacy for civil rights, women's rights, and equal legal protection. Spotlight the lasting impact of her work on American democracy and social justice movements. India and Brazil democracy analysis. Both India and Brazil made a lot of efforts over the years to become democratic nations. In your paper, you could compare and analyze the current result of these efforts. Can these countries be considered democracies now? Scrutinize failures and achievements of democratic systems in India and Brazil. What lessons can other democracies derive from them? Plato's Republic, what is democracy? In this paper, you can analyze Plato's Republic and his perspective on democracy. Why did Plato consider democracy as a flawed form of government? What arguments did he provide? What form of government did he prefer? How do Plato's and modern understanding of democracy differ? Research these questions in your essay. Direct democracy from Rousseau's perspective. Jean-Jacques Rousseau is one of the most famous philosophers of the Enlightenment era. His views still impact modern political practice. We suggest examining Rousseau's perspective on direct democracy here. Describe his ideas on popular sovereignty, the general will, and citizen participation. What advantages and challenges of democracy did he envision? Explain how they relate to the modern political world. Find more research topics on studycorgi.com.